Hello and welcome. This is a little review about Kmart's gouache painting set, and I've already opened it up and used it. So I'll show you how this folio opens and everything. Okay, so here we have the gouache pad, and it's all ready on the back of this card here. It's got all of the prints that it's got, the type of brushes and the kinds of colors. So that's really useful to have. And the paper is 300 DSM. I've already done one painting in it, and this is the next painting. And these are the colors. Make sure we've got all these on here. So we've got the white, of course, a lemon yellow, an orange red, a vermilion, a violet, a pea green, a grass green, acid blue, russet red, which really is that kind of color, and the black. I found this flat brush to be really good. These brushes they do the job. The painting that I did was solely done with these brushes. And this is their type. The violet is what they're sort of using as their kind of magenta, but really this set does not have a magenta or a crimson. So that's the closest color you're going to get to a cool red, which isn't really, is it? So this is the painting I did just very quickly, just with a few different techniques, not getting too fussy about it. That was their first one, and it took the paint really well. Those are the colors that some of them I mixed up, and some I just used straight from the tube. I actually squeezed these colors out into one of these portable palettes. And with gouache, you do need a fair bit of mixing room, and it's also important because you're not going to be throwing away that paint. You're going to be mixing a color more often than not. You're going to keep whatever you've mixed, just like I have here. I've just kept these colors, and I can dip into them. Once again, beauty is that you can use these colors to augment a set you might already have, or to complement Kmart's jelly gouache pastel set. So that can sort of help that along. But if you're just wanting a set of gouache to try, this is the way to go. This, you can dip your toes into the world of gouache. So many of these. Take the drawing part out of it, so you just get to play with the medium. And I encourage you to use the back as well. Once you've done the front, sort of mess around with some colors on the back and see what other mixes you can get happening. You'll find that you're really surprised in the wonderful colors that come up. As I said, the brushes are quite snappy and they do a great job. You can actually do most of your work with this lovely long flat brush. There's a size 1 and a size 2. Size 2 is basically short, and size 1 is longer, more for line work. Yeah, that's the size 2 in this hand, and that's the size 1. Yep, that's nice and simple, and it's got this little pouch where it's velcroed into the folio. So if you wanted to, you wouldn't even need a palette. You can just use this dish. I wonder if you could use that. Yep, you could just use this dish. I said dish. Sorry about that. Yeah, you can just use your palette for mixing here. And sure, your paints are going to get a bit messy, but oh well. Yeah, having something else like this is really helpful, or having a ceramic dish or a plastic plate or anything like that to mix on is very helpful too. But yeah, it all fits away in this. And the only other things you would need are your paper towel and your water. So it really does help to have 2 jars of water. One to mix, well, the one to rinse your brush that's initially dirty, and then the other one to get rid of the extra that's left over, but also to pick up clean water to work with if you need it. You can use a lot of water to make more of a watercolor effect, and less water to keep it more opaque. And gouache is really an opaque medium, and nice and matte as well. Good sets, great to start with if you've never picked up gouache before. It is quite a pricey medium once you get into the professional paints, so it's good to have something like this. Okay, that's it from me. Thanks a lot.